Hi again, it's me, Gary, and glad to be back with you one more time. I know I haven't been overly active on YouTube over the summer holidays, and with good reason. Life gets in the way sometimes. There have been a lot of positive things that have been happening in my life, and there have been a couple of negative as well. Like I said, it's just life, and life has to be allowed to just happen, and you deal with it in the moment as things come around. That doesn't mean that I haven't been watching. In fact, I think I have about 10 or 15 more people that I'm watching on YouTube in the ASMR community. I'm totally taken with the amount of talent out there. As I've alluded to in the past, in some of my videos, I was in broadcasting for over a decade, and there are so many young people now who have so much talent, more talent in their little finger than I could ever hope to have in a lifetime. And I don't mean that as a self-deprecating thing. I absolutely love this stuff, and I find it amazing that people have that kind of gift that they want to share with everybody else. And I've been doing my best. You know how I feel about paying it forward and trying to support people who are trying to make it or get more viewers, or maybe even turn this into some kind of a career. I have certain things that I look for in an ASMR artist, and that differs widely from person to person, so don't take my tastes as a judgment on what other people are producing. If you find something is triggering the heck out of you, then please go for it and try to show your support. Like their page, hit that like button, subscribe. If they have a Patreon account, feel free to join their community. There's all sorts of extras that a lot of these people put in the Patreon account that you might not see immediately on YouTube. And you might even have a better understanding of a person's character because they tend to share a few personal things as well. And that personal touch is what really makes it for me. I really love it when people talk about the books that they are reading, or the concerts that they like to go to, or the music that they're listening to. That's a little piece of them. There's one artist that I talk about all the time that I've been listening to or watching all of her videos, and that's Yang Haiying. And this time around, she has recently returned from a trip to China, and she shot video while she was there, and it was just so amazing. I'm absolutely in love with this lady. She really does have a different approach to the whole ASMR production, and it's worth watching if you haven't tuned into her channel yet. I also want to give a shout out again to Jack360 ASMR. I notice his viewership has been going up, and he's got more subscribers. It's no wonder. He definitely has an awful lot of talent, and he produces a lot of ASMR that is pretty typical of the ASMR community. It's just we don't have a lot of male producers out there, and there is a segment of the ASMR viewership that do like a male voice. He's definitely one to check out if you do have triggers from a soft male voice. The other person that I've been spending a lot of time watching is the White Rabbit. In fact, it is safe to say that I have delved right down into the rabbit hole I think that she's brilliant. She just recently produced a week of Trigger Vehicles where she was dropping a video every single day with a different set of triggers in each video. And if you haven't checked her out, I would encourage you to do so. She's definitely one of my favorites. Another reason why I haven't spent a lot of time producing videos, my daughter came for a visit, and that was a week of my time right there. But things are always so busy in her life, and I mean busy good. She just got herself a scholarship to an Ivy League university in England, and I'm so proud of her. I'm like the proud peacock dad with the feathers all up in the air strutting his stuff. I couldn't be more proud of my daughter for all of the work that she did to get the extra funding, and moving to England will be quite an adventure for her. She has already lived in Latvia and the Netherlands. She went to school in the Czech Republic, and now she is off to England. And while she's at it, she's visiting a lot of countries all throughout Europe. And I'm so glad that she is doing this. You only live once, you're only young once. I never had an opportunity to really do a lot of traveling, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. So I really encourage her to take the bull by the horns and get out there and tackle the world and see the sights. In the meantime, I'm just watching from a distance. Maybe a hint of jealousy in there as well. But again, just so proud of what she's doing. That has definitely been something that I've been paying a lot of attention to. I'm also reading a lot lately. I have picked up a new book, and I really want to keep my videos G-rated, so I can't give you the complete name of the book. I will just give you a portion of the name, and you can fill in the blank. The name of the book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving A by Mark Manson. The reason I picked up this book is because it was something that I heard some counselors recommending to some of their clients at my place of work. And, well, where I work is an addiction and mental health facility as a nurse. So I wanted to delve into this book firsthand and take a peek. It looks very interesting. I've just recently started it, and it has a light quality to it, but the message that it is sending is so incredibly positive. It's not something that I can really explain. It's just something that you really have to pick up yourself. I think you can go to the Google Play Store and read the first few pages, or maybe even the first chapter, if it's something that you're interested in. I love the self-help books because they might not be entirely for me, but a lot of times I get ideas as to something that I can incorporate into my lifestyle. I'm also very careful about what book I pick up, and I try to make sure that it is something that is recognizable, or something that is really encouraged within my community of mental health. That way it's two birds with one stone. I get something out of it, and it's something that I can bring to work myself. Also, with summer becomes what you see around me right now, this incredible stream. And I've been spending a lot of time here over the summer doing some meditation or relaxation exercises, and even listening to some ASMR while basking in the sun. This really is one of my favorite places. I've got one other place that I look to higher up than this. Literally, it's on top of a waterfall. And I do want to get the camera before the summer is completely gone to shoot some video from my favorite spot. I think that you will like it. If you like nature stuff, I think you will enjoy my favorite spot. While we were on the topic of self-help books, it reminded me of something that I had read before or heard before, and I've known it for some years, but I've managed to put it in my own words. And that is, and this is advice that I give to myself, so just keep that in mind. I'm not telling you what to do. I'd never presume. What I tell myself is, don't spend so much time trying to make your life perfect that you forget to enjoy the life that you have. The reason I've incorporated that into my life is I used to be the kind of person who was always waiting for tomorrow. Oh, I'm at work today. I can't wait for the weekend, and then I'm going to do something nice. It's the weekend, it's raining, but I've got some holidays coming up, and I'm going to do something really nice when that happens. What I've been doing in the past is deferring my time, and that goes totally against the whole idea of mindfulness and being in the moment. It goes against it in the sense that if you're always looking for something in the future, you're not able to keep yourself in the now. And the moment that you have right now can be enjoyable if you choose to make it so. There's always something that is relatively pleasant in the moment that you can capture and enjoy, even if it's just the room temperature that you're in. So it's advice that I give to myself. Gary, please don't forget to think about right now and enjoy what's happening right now. Everything else can take care of itself. I was once in a relationship where my partner just could not sit in the now, and it was always a rush to get to the next thing and not enjoying the moment. Give you an idea as to what I mean. I can give you an example. I got her a swing for the backyard because it was something that she always wanted. And when I gave it to her and we set it up, it was a beautiful swing, and I sat down in it and thoroughly enjoyed it. And before she sat down in it, it was time to move to the next thing, the next chore, the next thing that had to get done. And that's the kind of thing that can hold somebody back from being in the moment or enjoying the moment. Don't spend so much time trying to make your life perfect that you forget the life that you have. Go ahead and sit in the swing. The chores will wait. I don't know if she's ever sat in that swing. And if she hasn't, well, I feel bad for her, but she's in charge of her own life, and I'm not going to tell her what to do. That's not my place. And again, there's something that I've had to curtail as well, and that is shoulding on other people. I think they should be this. I think they should do that. I think they should be going over here. I think they should be going over there. That is not the way to live life. There may be a perfectly reasonable explanation why somebody doesn't sit still for too long, or doesn't sit and enjoy this way. Maybe they really do have other stuff that they want to do that they've set in their mind as something that is more important for them to do in the moment. And being the one who sits back and judges, that's not something that is going to make you achieve self-realization. Be thinking about your own life and not trying to fix others is something that I've tried to achieve as well. You can't really change other people. People are in charge of changing themselves, and that's only if they want to. I remember this one person, it was another partner, and she said to me, "You don't make me happy." And my response to her was, "Good." Think about that for a second. You don't make me happy. Good. You are in charge of your own happiness. No one can make you happy. If you need somebody to make you happy, then you're probably not quite ready for that relationship at that point. If you can make yourself happy, if you don't need somebody else to make you happy, then you will never be reliant upon someone else for that happiness. That is something to consider, and I think I'm going to leave you on that note as a final thought to mull over. In the interim, I know I haven't produced a lot of videos this summer, and that's okay. I'm not here to make a buck. I'm not here to get 1 million viewers. I just am here to enjoy the whole ASMR experience and to let you know about some of the other ASMR producers out there who have been working very hard at producing a channel that is extremely popular. And again, the one that I'm watching the most lately has been The White Rabbit. Totally enamored by everything that she does. So much talent in this particular producer. And I think she's going to wind up being something extremely big. She's already headed there. So again, I would encourage you to give her a view if you haven't already. And that's it for me. Okay, thank you very much for viewing, and I hope you have yourself a really good night. Good night from Canada.